Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Our next guest is interested in preserving the stories of our veterans. Anaheim Councilwoman, Mayor Pro Tem Lucille Kring here to tell us about her effort. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good to see you again, Leslie.
Good to see you. Now you're writing a book about veterans.
Well, I'm not writing a book. I'm asking the veterans to write a book. It can be veterans or current people in the military, it doesn't matter. But we have a terrible problem in this country with homeless veterans, and I think it really is up to the government to take care of them. But they seem to have lost their way, and we still have all these wonderful men and women who have served and given their time for the military to protect us, and yet they're on the streets. They have PTSD, maybe they don't have a family. I mean, it's just really sad. So my staff and I decided we wanted to do something about it. So I'm asking all military men and women or their families to send us a letter, send us a story about either why you entered the military, were you drafted, did you sign up, was it because 9/11, was it because it's a family tradition to be in the military? What was that all about? What was the thought process? Or you can talk about what it was like to be in the service, what you learned, what is it a career in establishment? What kind of a job did you have? Did it meet your expectations? Did you get what they promised you? Whatever the story is. And then finally, you can talk about what it was like when you came out. Did your family accept you? It's going to be different for people from the Vietnam arena because they had a different coming home than the people from Iraq and Afghanistan. So you can either develop stories from the beginning, the middle, or the end, or you can combine it all. And what we want to do is collect these stories, put it in a book form, and at the proceeds, every penny that we get from the sale will go to find homes for homeless vets.
Each story is different and important. I think the most difficult part might be editing these stories down so that the collection of stories tells the story of who our veterans are.
Right.
How do you go about tackling that aspect of the project?
Oh, gosh, great question. Well, first of all, it can be anonymous or you can sign your name. I don't think I'm going to really edit much except for maybe grammar and language. But I think if you sit down and you are going to talk about a very personal part of your life, going overseas, or maybe you killed somebody, or maybe you were injured, whatever that is, it's so personal to each individual person. I don't think that we're going to edit much because I want the real story of the veteran to come out. It can be a family member if the veteran has passed. It can be a family member who tells the story. Because in my family, all my uncles and my father went to war. As a matter of fact, my grandmother got a letter from the president because all her kids went, all 6, and they all came back very safely. Some injured, but still came back. And I just think everything is so personal. And a lot of people, when they come back, they don't want to talk about it. Whatever they experience, they don't want to share. So they have nightmares and they live in their own self-being. And I want them to express that. I want it to, maybe it's a catharsis. I need to tell my story, but I don't know how. So it's their story. We're going to put it into a book form, and maybe we'll do a Vietnam era and then whatever era comes after that, and do it in a sequence of that nature.
Where do you stand with this project? Have you started to receive the stories and read through
several.
them?
And it's only been a few weeks that we've discussed it. But I just think it's so important for us to do something with these vets. I mean, they protect our liberties and the freedoms that we enjoy every day. And so many times we don't, now we're appreciating them. But Vietnam, we didn't.
Interesting concept. Maybe a book, maybe a blog. Maybe you can just put them up there for everyone to see.
I would love to do that.
As well. Thank you very much.